Okay. The Hisense AP12CR1G Portable AC promises 12,000 BTU cooling in a compact body, quick room cooldown, and whisper quiet sleep mode. Either we have finally reached apartment-friendly climate control nirvana, or we are looking at another loud single-hose box that struggles in real-world heat. On paper it flexes. 12,000 BTU ASHRAE, roughly 7,000-ish BTU SACC in the real world. 3-in-1 cooling, dehumidify and fan, auto-evaporation, 24-hour timer, remote control, and a simple window kit. Sounds strong, but here is the thing, specs can be optimistic. Here is what caught my attention. I actually ran this unit for 10 days across a heat wave and logged temps and noise. I have put the direct link to check current pricing in the description, but before you click anything, let me show you what I discovered after 10 days of testing. Expectations setting. Hisense says this portable AC cools rooms up to about 300–400 SQ/FT, dries the air fast, and does it without keeping you up at night. The big promise is 12,000 BTU cooling power with fast room cooldown, quiet operation with sleep mode, auto evaporation so you rarely need to drain, easy setup with a universal window kit. Sounds convenient, right? Pretty bold claims for a single hose unit, but here is where things get interesting. Reality check. They claim 12,000 BTU cooling. What you actually get is closer to 6,500–7,500 BTU SACC once you account for DOE standards. Here is why single-hose designs create negative pressure, pulling hot, humid air from other parts of the house back into your cooled room. That infiltration load eats capacity. Reality check. In my 320 SQ/FT bedroom starting at 82 F with 90 F outside, set to 72, the AP12CR1G pulled the room to 75 F in the first hour and hovered around 73–74 F after 2. It did not pin 72 until late evening when outdoor temps eased. In a similar test, a dual-hose inverter unit of the same ASHRAE rating hit 72 in under 90 minutes. The plot twist: there is nothing broken here. This is just how single-hose physics work. They claim quiet sleep mode. What you actually get is tolerably loud fan noise plus compressor thrum. Measured at 3 feet, I saw about 57–62 dB on medium with the compressor running and roughly 54 dB on low. That is not jet engine loud, but it is not whisper quiet either. If you are sensitive to noise, you will notice it. The fan tone is broadband whoosh with a mid-frequency hum when the compressor kicks in. Good white noise for some, distracting for others. They claim auto-evaporation means little to no draining. What you actually get is low maintenance in moderate humidity, but frequent draining during muggy spells. In my 60–70% humidity tests, the unit ran fine for hours, then triggered a full tank alert P1 after prolonged cooling. The evidence: auto-evap uses the hot condenser coil to evaporate condensate and exhaust it, but when moisture inflow outpaces evaporation, water accumulates. You will want a gravity drain hose for humid climates. They claim cools rooms up to 400 SQ/FT. Let's be real here, that assumes mild outdoor temps and excellent insulation. Here is where it gets mathematically impossible in a heat wave. A 400 SQ/FT room with sun exposure and typical leakage can require more than 10,000 BTU effective capacity to hold 72–74 F at 90+ F outside. With roughly 7,000 SACC and single-hose penalty, the Hisense will stabilize closer to the mid-70s under stress. It will feel cooler and less sticky, just not refrigerator cold. But wait, there is more. The included hose radiates heat back into the room. Touch it after 30 minutes and it feels hot. Wrap it with basic insulation and you can claw back a degree or two and reduce cycle time. Also, the window kit is fine for standard sliders, but for crank or casement windows you will need aftermarket sealing foam or a plexi panel. Detailed breakdown. Cooling performance. In a 320 SQ/FT room, I saw a 7–9 degree drop in the first hour from 82 to about 73–75 F, then a slower glide toward low 70s in the evening. Delta T across the evaporator averaged 18–22 F on medium fan. For small bedrooms and home offices, this is solid. For open-plan living rooms, it is a stretch. Noise. 57–62 dB at 3 feet with compressor on, 51–54 dB on low. Sleep mode reduces fan speed and dims lights, but the compressor cycling is audible. Compared to an inverter dual hose like Medea Duo, the Hisense is louder and cycles harder because it is fixed speed. Build and install. Fit and finish are acceptable for the price. Sturdy casters, a simple control panel, and a remote that covers all modes. The window slider typically fits around 20-47 inches. You may need to trim or add foam for a tight seal. The exhaust hose locks in well, but it is short. Keep runs under 5 feet and avoid bends to maintain airflow. Energy use. I measured roughly 1112-50 watts with the compressor on, about 90-120 watts fan only. That puts the effective EER in the 8-9 range under load. Not terrible, not stellar. If you run it 8 hours a day during a heat wave, expect a noticeable bump on your bill. Here's what nobody tells you. The 12,000 BTU headline is ASHRAE, not SACC, and that difference is everything for real-world performance. If you want faster cooldown and better efficiency, a dual hose or inverter design punches way above the same ASHRAE number. User review patterns. Many positive reviews praise quick relief in bedrooms and ease of setup. Critical reviews cluster around noise, tank draining, and high humidity, and some durability complaints after the first season. I did not see widespread catastrophic failures, but quality control looks average for the category. Register the 1-year warranty. Verdict. Buy with caution. If your space is a small to medium bedroom, office, or rental where installation is limited, the Hisense AP12CR1G delivers respectable cooling and dehumidification, especially if you insulate the hose and seal the window properly. Pros: straightforward setup, decent drop in temp and humidity, fair price if you find it in the $300-450 range. Cons: single hose inefficiency, noticeable noise, possible draining in humid climates, and slower cooldown in larger rooms. Worth it if you need a simple, budget-friendly portable for $200-300 SQ/FT. Skip this if you demand whisper quiet or need to tame a big, sun-soaked living room. Save your money for a dual hose inverter if performance is priority. Stay savage out there. Outro and CTA. Thanks for watching and for trusting me to test the gear so you do not have to play tech roulette. If this review saved you from wasting money or helped you find something actually worth buying, I have put the link to check current pricing and read more reviews in the description. And hey, if you do decide to buy through my link, it helps fund these investigations without costing you extra. Question of the day: what size room are you trying to cool and how important is noise to you? Drop a comment and I will point you to the best match. Next up, a head-to-head between this and a dual hose inverter. Subscribe so you do not miss it. Stay cool, stay informed, stay savage.